see my... Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to make are actually a chocolate chewy cookie. It resembles very close to the Starbucks cookie that has no flour in it at all. And again, it's not going to be exact, but I think it really comes very close, and it's really a great tasting cookie. So let's get started. First off, we're going to start off with 3 cups of powdered sugar, okay? And I'm going to put that in my mixing bowl here. Okay, now you can also use your hand mixer for this if you want, but I prefer to use my stand-up because I think it's a lot quicker also for the video. And then you're also going to be putting in 3/4 of a cup of unsweetened baking powder. Okay, that was 3/4 of a cup. You're also going to be putting in 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And I'm just going to start just stirring that together. Also, you're going to need 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And that's going to be your dry ingredients. And then just stir it together. So I have it on very low. Okay. The next thing that you're going to be putting in are egg whites. And you're going to need 2 egg whites. Now, if you don't want to beat them, as I did, this recipe, these cookies will turn out fantastic if you don't. It just, I prefer to beat the egg white. Okay. And then you also are going to be putting in 1 egg that I've also had both of those at room temperature. And then I'm just going to start mixing that on low. And then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then just stay on low. You don't want to overbeat this mixture. But you do have to wait till it all combines. And it'll probably look quite dry, like it's not going to come together, but it does. So just stay with it. I'm going to raise my speed a little bit. And you want to wait till it really comes together as a cookie dough. Now I'm going to raise it a little bit higher just to bring it all together. Okay, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, there we go. All right. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to be putting a 1/2 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and then just stir those in. And then you're also going to be needing a 1/2 cup of your 60% cocoa chocolate chips. And what to do is, I like to reserve just about 2 tablespoons of the 60%. Put that on the side, and then put those also in here, in your mixing bowl. And then again, just turn it on for a few seconds, spin it around so that everything comes together. Okay? I'm going to take my paddle off here. Take my excess off. Okay, we'll set that aside. And then I'm just going to take my spatula and make sure that everything's come together. Okay? And it will look like this. All right? Now the next thing, of course, you're going to need a cookie tray or cookie sheet. And I went ahead, I have parchment paper down here, and I'm using basically a medium-sized scoop. If you want to make these very large in cookies, then use a regular ice cream size scoop. But I tend to like this one. Now when I use this scoop, I get about 21 cookies out of it. If you use the regular ice cream large scoop, you're going to get about 9 cookies out of it. okay? And they are going to spread out a little bit, so you don't want to put them too close, you know, maybe a couple inches, apart, that type of thing. Now, the next thing that you'll want to do is, that I find is very helpful with these cookies, is I just take a glass, the bottom of a glass, I put just a little bit of water in a bowl just to make it wet, and then I just press the cookie down just a little bit, not much at all. You don't want to flatten it, you just want to take some of the roundness out of it. And then take those 60% cocoa chocolate chips, and I put 3 of them on the tops of the cookies. Now these cookies are going to bake at 350 degrees, and they're going to take you anywhere from 12 to 16 minutes. What I would suggest also to do is, once they come out of the hot oven, let them sit on your tray for just a minute or so, and then transfer them to a cooling rack for a good 3 to 5 minutes before you plate them, that type of thing. So again, if you want to make them more traditional size, you're going to get about 9 very large cookies out of it. If you use the one that I'm just doing right now in the video, I get 21 cookies out of it at 350 degrees. Let me rinse my hands real quickly here, because I'd like to show you what they look like when they are baked up. And this is how they will turn out. This beautiful, rich, medium brown cookie. You'll have a nice crunchy top to it. It will have some cracks on the top though, which does not affect the taste, of course, of the cookie. And then you'll have a nice, beautiful, medium brown on the bottom. And then you'll see those 3 60% chocolate chips that I put on the top to garnish them. And then when you break the cookie open, it's an extremely chewy cookie. It's just delicious with a cup of coffee, cup of tea, that type of thing. Well, there you have it. It's a copycat recipe of Starbucks chewy chocolate cookie. Give this recipe a try. If you like it, leave a comment, because I'd like to hear from you. And as always, thanks for watching Diane Lovetobake, and please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you soon.